making millet porridge today. I've chosen millet as a grain rather than oats because oats can be quite drying. So this is specifically good for people if you suffer from bloating. Millet is quite an old-fashioned grain, but it's a really nutritious one and it's very slow burning as well. So it's really good if you have diabetes or you're just having too much sugar. So it's a really good grain for you to try. I buy the flakes for the porridge. I use millet in lots of other recipes as well, and not always just the flake, the full grain. So it cooks in about 8 minutes, same as porridge really. I don't cook in the microwave ever. I'm just not a microwave fan, so everything I do will always be in a saucepan or in the oven. And with the millet, I'm using coconut milk. I'm using coconut milk rather than oat milk because oat milk again is drying, and this is for bloating specifically. But you can use almond milk, but almond milk again can create a little bit, if you're having too much almond milk, it can create a little bit of irritation in the stomach, and that's only because of all the, not the nut itself, unless you've got a nut allergy, but because of the paper, the covering on the nut itself. And you can't buy almond milk that is blanched almond, so unless you're making your own almond milk, which I do in another recipe, and I make coconut milk in another recipe. So this coconut milk I've made at home. But now, I'm also adding to that some rose petals and some sesame seeds. The rose petals are very good for our skin, and they're very calming, and they've got a nice astringent and sweet taste to them. I'm always adding a little bit of salt, Himalayan salt or Maldon salt, just a touch, because salt is one of our 6 tastes, and it's really important that we have salt. I'm using dates in this as opposed to other sorts of fruits, because dates again are very moist and they're full of B vitamins and fibre, so they're really quite good if you have bloating. And the sesame seeds are very good. Again, they're very moist, they're a lovely seed, and they're highly nutritious sesame seeds. And they're also very good for our joints, so they moisten the joints in our body a little bit. And then I'm putting on the top of that some maple syrup. If you're not vegan, you could use honey. It doesn't have to be maple syrup, but I just adore maple syrup, so I'm having maple syrup with mine. So yeah, let's make it. So we have some dates that I've chopped up and taken the stone out. They're medjool dates, really soft and moist and so on. This is Maldon salt, or it could be pink Himalayan salt. These are the millet flakes I was just telling you about, so they're nice and soft. And again, you can't really buy them in the supermarkets, but well, if we keep asking for them, we will. But they're just a little bit more moist than when you've cooked them up than oats if you suffer with bloating, and they're highly nutritious. Then I have some rose and hibiscus petals, which I make myself, and then some maple syrup, which I always buy the organic because it's nice and thin, nothing added to it. Coconut milk, which I prefer, but it could be another type of milk, but I go through the pros and cons of the different milks on another video, and the sesame seeds, which I'll just toast and warm through beforehand, which is great for your joints. So I'm going to put the millet in the saucepan and then add the coconut milk. I've got it on a low heat at the moment. This is about a cup. It's a cup of millet and 2 cups of, I'm just going to add a little bit more. So it's 2 cups of milk, coconut milk or whatever milk that you want to use. And then I'm giving a little stir around, just like you would make an ordinary porridge, you know. And then in there I'm going to put some dates and a sprinkle of salt, just a little bit, it just needs a little bit of salt, believe me when you have it. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of warming spices. So this is my blend that I make of warming digestive spices, which is really important for our digestion. And I change the spices every season. So that has got cinnamon in it, cardamom, ginger, nutmeg, vanilla, all that sort of stuff. Really good stuff. It's important for us. And then I just I'm bringing that to the boil now, quite slowly. And then I'm just going to leave it to simmer for 5 minutes. Probably not even that, because I'm quite hungry and I want to eat it. So, and that will thicken up in 8 minutes or so. Quickly toast a few sesame seeds, and this is all you need to do, just a warm skillet. I'm putting a little bit of, there it is, done. Hear that popping? That's them toasted. How lovely is that? So I'm going to put a little bit of rose on that, just in the warm skillet, just to, so I've got the sesame mingling with the rose, which is just heavenly. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Oh, I can smell the rose coming through now. So you can see they're just beginning to change colour, and they're not on the heat at all. So you must be, it's important not to do them in the oven, just on the skillet there. And that's going to go on the top of my porridge. So I mean, we're talking seconds. So here's the millet porridge with the dates. It's so sweet, but naturally sweet with the dates and the coconut milk. It really is a lovely nutrition, and it's good to introduce to your children as well, because it's such a gentle and lovely grain to eat. So there it is, and we've got the dates in there. And now I'm going to put a little bit of these beautiful seeds on the top. I'm getting them off there. They're beautifully toasted. So you get a little bit of crunch as well. And then I'm just going to, some maple syrup. I like a lot of maple syrup. Enjoy.